Okay, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity for having us present this project today. This is the Gelefu International Airport in Bhutan, a project that we've been working on for just short of 2 years as one of the key projects within the general master plan for the plan for Gelefu that we are working on at the same time, that is called Gelefu Mindfulness City. So here you see an image of the terminal facade on the. Well, maybe this is not. Is this?
Yeah, there we are.
There we go. Thank you. So this is the airside terminal facade. So it's a 30,000 square meter greenfield international airport terminal, complete with an entirely new runway that replaces the small regional airport that is on site today. So a little bit of context. Bhutan is a geographically very diverse and very, very beautiful country wedged between India, Nepal, and Tibet at the edge of the Himalayas. This is the Tiger's Nest Dzong near Paro, where the country's only current international airport terminal is. Our project for the Gelefu Mindfulness City is located in Gelefu at the lower part of the country, near the country's southern border to India, where the elevation is just a few hundred meters above the sea level. It's one of the flatter, if not the most flat part of the country, so it's also the only geographically practical place to place a new international airport terminal where you can actually achieve a runway length that is suitable for a catchment that can really serve a larger portion of the world. So here you see an overview of some of our project for the Gelefu Mindfulness City. And at the lower left side of this master plan image, you can see the placement of the new international airport on sort of the outskirts of the planned new areas of the city. We don't have time to cover both the Gelefu Mindfulness City and the airport today, but broadly speaking, the Mindfulness City is a plan for a rethinking urban development on nature's premises. So the urban plan, very broadly speaking, follows the terrain, the flow of the rivers and their swales, and all of the wildlife corridors that are present on site before the urban development. The plan for the Mindfulness City is to provide the country with a new economic development zone that can help to stem up the brain drain that is causing problems in the small country of only about 700,000 people, where many of the youth today travel abroad to pursue higher education, but unfortunately many of them never return, but choose to stay abroad to pursue new opportunities. So this is the goal of the King of Bhutan, His Majesty, and the government of Bhutan to try to create a new future development zone for the benefit of the future generations of the country. So the airport is located here at the foothills towards the border of India. You can see the demarcation here on the section. So we're right up against the border. And this is the current catchment of the small regional airport that is located in Gelefu today. It's just a regional service. And then the projected catchment once the new runway has been completed, which can cater to much larger planes. So our concept for this project is to really encompass the cultural values and the natural values of the country as it is today. About 60% or more of the country is covered entirely by forest of different kinds. From the higher to the lower elevations, various different kinds of tree species. And this means that Bhutan as a nation is one of the only carbon negative countries in the world, because all that forest cover actually converts so much CO2 from the air So effectively making the country CO2 negative. So this is characterizing much of the beautiful nature and geography of the country today, these different type of forest. So we aim here to bring that all the way up to and into the airport terminal itself, as shown in this diagram, where two of the natural corridors that frame one of the development areas of the new plan are brought right up to the arrival plaza for the new terminal and into the terminal itself. The terminal is a modular design that seeks to adapt to potential future growth. It will start out as with a capacity just above 1 million annual passengers, but the modular design of the terminal building lets it grow in its first size up to about 5.5 million annual passengers, and then via a potential new terminal, as we can see here, between phase 1 and 2, to up to about 15 million annual passengers eventually, if the mindfulness city grows according to projections. So a very large focus here from our part on catering to public transport. So we placed the tram system right close to the terminal entrance, and then pushed all of the bus, taxi, and private cars off to the side. So the arrival at the airport for the passengers is one that gives you a feeling of the nature of Bhutan. The arrival plaza is filled with different species of plants and trees that are allowed to be brought up all the way up against the terminal facade with some of the selections of the local species here. So it's an entirely pedestrianized arrival experience where you see this modular profile of the airplane, the terminal roof that references both some of the traditional roof shapes found in the architecture of Bhutan today, but also the profiles of the mountains that surround the airport area. So as I mentioned, bringing the forest and the different types of forest that are seen across Bhutan into and letting that structure the departure and arrival flows of the terminal. So here a render of the arrival experience, where the arrival plaza is also, besides the natural elements that grace the arrival plaza, we have some elements of the traditional Buddhist elements, such as the prayer wheels that are typical to Bhutanese culture, and so that arriving and departing passengers can have a chance to experience one of the Buddhist rituals, meditation rituals of Bhutan. So this is the main entrance view from the terminal, where you can see that the superstructure of the terminal building is carved and painted according to the traditional crafts of Bhutan. So roughly, this is the organization of the airport terminal, which has this kind of wedge shape coming from the head house to the pier structure, with an exterior green courtyard at the center that then splits the arriving and departing flows, some of the security and passport check functions, commercial area, and finally the pier with all the gate waiting areas and the boarding bridges. These are the plans. I won't go into detail. You can see the cross section here, where you sort of arrive on the left side of the land side and sort of follow this exterior central green courtyard throughout your experience throughout the terminal as you go from land side to air side, where you board the plane. We are heavily inspired by the traditional Bhutanese architecture, which is characterized by these large overhangs of the roofs and carved and painted wooden structures. So that is applied very directly to this diagrid superstructure of the airport terminal. The government of Bhutan is setting up an entirely new mass engineered timber structure in the country for the first time at large scale, to produce the structural members of the building, which are almost entirely in mass engineered timber with some supporting concrete and steel elements. We had a mock-up of this, which is still available to see in Venice this year, where half of the mock-up was carved by our two Bhutanese friends, Sangay and Yeshi, on the left side, and the other half was manufactured by a 8-axis robot. So again, the modular nature of the design lets the airport grow from 1 to 5 million annual passengers, and the superstructure, the repetitive superstructure, is decorated, carved, and painted by local artists. A few images from inside of the terminal. This is the shared arrivals and departure hall where you have views towards the exterior central green courtyard, but also we bring elements of green inside of the building itself, so that the feeling of the Bhutanese landscape follows you through the journey through the airport. We also integrate various elements from the 13 different traditional crafts of Bhutan, which are still alive and being taught in the country today. Everything from carpentry to bronze working to weaving and carving, and how these are translated to various design elements throughout the building. Moving forward quickly throughout the rest, showing you a few images from inside of the terminal. This is the check-in area and the security area, and then this is the gate waiting area towards the air side of the terminal building, the central green courtyard, where passengers can relax during their journey after they've gone through security. And some of the different interior lounges, the baggage reclaim area, where also, instead of a typical compressed dark area, you are greeted in Bhutan while you're waiting for your luggage by this central green courtyard and these elements of the Bhutanese traditional crafts and painting. Another view from the air side, and I think we finish on this view from the apron with the Bhutanese mountains in the background, referencing back to the shape of the terminal building. Thank you so much.